Shalom, shalom. This is a brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp in Trinidad with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai. First and foremost, Kal Halayam La Alahayanawa Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai Baal Shem Kakwadash Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai. Alright, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations unto the brothers who preaching and teaching this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more than ever for this truth. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites who look like the other nations, but are Israel through their forefatherly lineage. And shalom unto the very few but faithful Akoats. Alright. This lesson that we are going into here, alright, is a breakdown of Revelation 18. Alright? Because Revelation 18, a matter of fact, the whole book of Revelation, alright, is all about prophecy. Okay? It's all about prophecy. Alright? And we ought in this time here to be in the spirit of prophecy, because prophecies is what's taking place right now. Alright, when I go to the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and 1, it reads, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Alright? And this is what we ought to do. Speak this word of prophecy to our people. Alright? To the nation of Israel, mainly to the hopeful elect. Alright? So that they could be able to understand the signs of the time, so that they could be able to to measure down the times diligently within itself. Alright? This is the reason why we ought to stay in prophecy, When I go to Sirach, I think is chapter 36. Let me see, 36, if it's not 36. I think it's 39 then. Just now, just bear with me. Yeah, Sirach 39 and 1. It reads, But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. Alright? And who is all the ancient that is speaking about where the wisdom is concerned? It is speaking about the prophets. Alright? And be occupied in prophecies. Alright? And will be occupied in prophecies. And this is what we ought to be doing. Alright? Being occupied in these prophecies. Again, measure all the time diligently. Because to measure something is to know. Alright? He will keep the sayings of the renowned men. Yeah? Yeah? He will keep the sayings of the renowned men. Where subtle parables are, he will be there also. Okay? So, we ought to stay in these prophecies and keep these sayings of these renowned men, which was the prophets of old. Alright? Because the spirit of the prophets is subjected unto the prophets. Okay? Is in Revelation. I have to go back to Revelation. I think it's 19 and 10 or 20 and 10. Just bear with me. Let me see. 10, let me see. Yeah? Yeah? Revelation 19 and 10. And it reads, And I fell at his feet to worship him. This is John the Revelator. Alright, fell at the angel's feet. Alright? To worship him. But hey, the angel pull him up on that, Because hey, is Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai we ought to worship. We not to worship no angel. All right? And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. Don't worship me. All right? Don't worship me. Okay? I am thy fellow servant. All right? The angel was made to serve us. Because the scripture talks about what? Don't you know that he shall judge angels? Okay? I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh. Worship Yahweh. Worship Yahweh. For the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy. Okay? The testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy. Salakia. Alright? And this is what we ought to be in the spirit of prophecy. Yeah? So, without further ado, let's start with the breakdown of Revelation 18. Alright? Just bear with me here. Having a bit of sinus here. Alright. Verse 18, Revelation 18 and 1, and it reads, and after these things I saw another angel came down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. All right, with whose glory? With Yahweh's glory. All right, which it speaks about what? The chariot, that great chariot that Yahweh will be making his great return. And okay, verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Alright? So it's verse 2, it speaks about what? Babylon the great is fallen. Now who is that Babylon the great? Alright? That Babylon the great, it is speaking about America. Alright? America. Because America is Babylon the Great. And who is the people, what nation of people, what race of people that is in control of Babylon the Great? Let's find out. Let's go to Psalms, the book of Psalms, chapter 137. Psalms 137 and 7, it reads, Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, raise it. All right? Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. So you see there, the Esau Edom is the daughter of Babylon, all right? Because they take over all the philosophies and what have you, all the traits of ancient Babylon, all right? In order to gain full rulership of the world in which they have right now in their very hands. All right, Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right, O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. All right. So, hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has a destruction, all right, a total destruction and annihilation upon Babylon the Great, which is America. Because America is Mystery Babylon. Okay? America is Mystery Babylon. And the daughter of Babylon, of ancient Babylon, that took on all the philosophies and what have you, all right, is the nation of Esau Edom. All right? Because America is known for its wickedness, its evil, all right, its lesbianism, its its alphabet people, okay. They are known for promoting that high on the agenda: transgenderism, transhumanism, witchcraft, idolatry, all these things. all right, sorceries, all these things, okay, slavery, the list goes on and on and on. And Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, yeah, he's getting ready to destroy Babylon. All right? So let's go back to Revelation 18. All right? And 2. All right? And he cried with a mightily strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all the nations for all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. All right? What is that wine? Her philosophies. You know that list that I just called out. All the nations have drunk of that wine. Because all the nations, they follow the ways and philosophies of America. All right? There's a scripture. Let me see if I could pull it up here. Let me see. I think I did had it. Yeah. Yeah, Jeremiah 51 and 7. All right, just bear with me here. Jeremiah 51 and 7. It says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. All right? Babylon had been that golden cup in the Lord's hand because, hey, America is that go-to country. America is that number one country, that top-notch country, that place where everybody desires to go, you know? That place where everybody does trade and what have you. You know? America is known for that for having the most port cities in the whole world. Okay? Babylon had been the golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken because of the wine of her philosophies, her democracy and all of that. Alright? The nations have drunken her wine. The nations have drunken her wine. Alright? Therefore, the nations are mad. Alright? Because, hey, a lot in these nations now, they have left off their old ways, their ancient ways, all right? The way of life, you know, their way of rule of law, and has taken on the traits of Babylon the Great. You know that, hey, a lot in these nations are very angry with the way that their people are being westernized because of the media and what have you, what portrays, what shed the lights on America and Americans' way of life, in which the people of these nations are chosen rather than their customs, and hey, it is making the nations angry. Okay? Alright? That have drunken a wine, that therefore the nations are mad. Alright? So yeah, this is what it is. Alright, so I'll come back to verse 8 and 9 in a bit. Hopefully I remember. Alright, because these two scriptures it's very important. It is very important. Okay? So back to Revelation 18 and 3. Alright? Well, right. Revelation 18 and 3, for all the nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, all right, her wickedness, all right, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, all right. The merchants of the earth, which is these other nations, you know, That's why, again, as I say, America is known especially for their trade. Yeah? America is known for her trade. All right? Having well over 200 port cities throughout the coast of America. All right? And all the nations, they are waxing rich. All right? By doing heavy trade with America. Okay? And doing the trade in what? In the US dollar also. All right? So continuing, as it said, the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, all right, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues. All right? And this is what we, the nation of Israel, all right, supposed to be doing. Okay? To come out of her. So that we receive none of her plagues. All right? Okay? When you go to I know Zephaniah 2 and 1, where it reads, Gather yourself together, ye, gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. All right? So we ought to come out of Babylon in what way? In a spiritual sense. All right? Stop following the ways and the wickedness and the philosophies of Babylon the Great. All right? Which is being pushed forward by Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Mainly the elites, starting with the elites. All right? What they push forth in the Hollywood and the hip hop and all these and all these things, the music industry. All right? All these things. You know, the witchcraft, the sorceries, the homosexuality, all these things come out of it, my people. All right? Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. All right? But a lot of our people, you know, they all about this life. They're all about what this life has to offer. No matter how wicked it may be. All right? They are all about this life. You know, they all about this YOLO, you know. You only live once, which is a lie. You know, so with that you only live once mindset, all right? You come at you add it with a Aleister Crowley mindset of what do as thou wilt, which is not so. All right? Micah, I think it's Micah. I'm gonna see something here. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. All right. I think it's Micah 2 and 10. All right. All right. Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. It reads, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction, and even a sure destruction. All right. This is not our rest. But hey, 2/3 of our people, they make this place their rest. You know, they're comfortable with this place. They're comfortable with the ideologies of this place and the things that this place has to offer them, the goodies, the benefits. All right, the benefits. All right, let's continue back to Revelation, to Revelation 18 and 4. All right, well, actually, verse 5. Okay, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh had remembered her iniquities. All right, her sins had reached unto heaven, and Yahweh had remembered her iniquities. All right. I think it's Psalm is not Psalms, no. Um, that's no. I think it's Isaiah 47. Let me see something. I'm gonna start at one and see. All right, Isaiah 47. Okay, just bear with me. Just bear with me. All right, wait, just now. All right, I will read. This is Isaiah 47 and Isaiah 47 and 10. All right, Isaiah 47 and 10. It reads, For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, None seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee. Thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. All right. This is the epitome of pride within Esau Edom. Right? That Yahweh Hashem Yahushua leave you to continue in your wickedness. All right. Because hey, he leave it, let it reach up, let it pile up. All right. He leave it, let it pile up. All right. The cup has been overflowed now. I think there is a scripture in 2nd Ezra 15. I want to believe, and I don't want to waste too much time on it. I'm gonna start from 1 and just go down. No, 2nd Ezra 15, and I'm gonna see from 7 there. So, all right, that's now. If I can't find it, I will just move on. All right, yes. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 6. All right. A matter of fact, I will start at 5. 2nd Ezra 15 and 5. It reads, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Yeah? Wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth. All right? And their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right? So when you go back to Wada Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, to Wada Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, when you go back to the Revelation 18, all right, and 5, where it reads, For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh had remembered her iniquities. Because even when you go back to 2nd Ezra, but this one is 11. I will start from 36 and go down. Just right, that's the watch this, sir. Watch this. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 11 and verse 44. All right. It reads, the highest had also looked upon the proud times. Your proud times, you know. Your proud times, the industrial boom, your height of your military, all right? You're conquering the whole world, your slavery, all right? Your Jim Crow, your petrodollar, all these things, all these great achievements. You know, you saying that you landed on the moon and all these things. All right? The highest, which is Yahweh, had looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. All right? So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, what he did, he leave you. He leave you. He leave you, let you continue, let you continue, let you continue. All right? I think it's Jeremiah 49 and 21 or something like that. So where he said, just excuse the noise at the background, huh? Where he said, he laid a trap for Babylon. All right? And they didn't even know. They didn't even consider it. All right? Let me see if I can get it as quick as possible. Jeremiah 49 and I think 21. That's now. Let me see 20. That's no. Let me see if I could think it. I have later. I have laid a snare for for Babylon. Jeremiah 50, 24, Salakia. Jeremiah 50, 24. All right, so let's push to that. Jeremiah 50, 24, where it reads, all right, yes, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon. Yeah? Thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against our power. All right? They are the adversaries of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right? They are the ones that always comes up against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, comes up against his righteousness, comes up against his people, comes up against all that he had put forth upon the face of the earth for man to live by. All right? But hey, Esau, Edom, all right, the daughter of Babylon, what they do, they turn the whole truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai into a lie. Okay? They turn the whole truth into a lie. All right? But the thing about it is they didn't know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai laid a trap for them. All right? That's why the scripture says both the deceive and the deceiver are his. So he leave them, make them think that you know, they're getting away and what have you, with all the wickedness, you know, think that nobody seeth them. All right? They think that nobody seeth them, but not knowing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai was just leaving you. Because remember, they're all about their new world order, and he's leaving you to get your new world order. You Edomites, he's leaving you to get your new world order. But hey, but when your belly is about to get full, best believe he's going to bring you down. All right? So continuing into verse 6. All right, Revelation 18 and 6, it reads, reward her even as she had rewarded you, and double unto her double, according to the works in the cup which she had filled to her double. All right? Filled to her double. Yeah? And this is what we are looking forward to. All right? And Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is going to make the nations do that. He is going to use the nations to do that. When you go to Revelation 17, and I think 15 or 17, all right? Revelation 17:16, it reads, and the 10 horns, that 10 horns goes into EU, all right? The EU and NATO, all right? Well, the beast is the system of EU and NATO, but the 10 horns, it represents the EU, the European Union, all right? And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, which is what? Thermonuclear fire. Verse 17, for Yahweh had put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the works of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. All right? So she is going to be rewarded. Not only by the hopeful elect, all right? And Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is going to reward her by using her own allies against her, okay? And also the 144,000 elect men, along with the angels and the chariots, to destroy Babylon. All right? Because Babylon right now, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is dealing with Babylon on some levels, all right? On some levels where he is plaguing Babylon the Great the same way how we plagued Egypt, ancient Egypt. He is plaguing them financially, all right? Financially and financially is economically, okay? He's plaguing them. He's plaguing their food source, all right? Disease and pestilence. All this is the works of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. So when you go back now, all right, to verse 17, here's the reason why Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is saying to reward her double as she has rewarded you. All right? Especially the nations, because the nations are mad. Verse 7, how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. Right? So much torment and sorrow give her. Right? For she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. Right? This goes all the way back to Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47 and I think 8. Right? No, Isaiah 47 and 7, it reads, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it. Alright? Therefore hear now this, thou art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me, and shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Alright? This is the mindset of Esau Edom, especially Babylon the Great, America. Alright? They think that they will Psalms 49 and 11. Just bear with me. Psalms 49, 11, where it reads, their inward thought is, right, that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So when you go back to the Isaiah 47, all right, and 8, all right, they didn't think. They live carelessly, because hey, America out of its 200 and change years, of independence, of being a nation, all right, they only had 20 years of peace, okay? And every country that they have went to war against, they always came out on top. They always prevailed, all right? But their demise in failing militarily, it all started back in what? In Vietnam. Come and push forward here to this time here now. And they are going to fail miserably, even more miserably, in this upcoming World War III. This fucking dog, boy. Alright? This is what it is. Alright? So now, when I go back to the Revelation, to the Revelation 18, alright? And I think it was 8, verse 8. Alright? Yeah, Revelation 18 and 8. Now we're going down to verse 8, where it reads, "Therefore her plague shall come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her." Alright? Back to Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47 and 9, where it says, "But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments." All right? Because this is what this is leading up to what? To World War III. All right? This is what is this leading up to. All right? So, Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah 50 and 1. All right? Let me see. All right, Jeremiah 50 and 1. It reads, "The word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish and set up a standard." Publish, the word publish, it means to make known, to broadcast. All right? Publish and conceal not. Don't conceal it. Say, Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded. Yeah, that is their sorceries, you know, the witchcraft, all right, of the Chaldeans, which goes back to the elites, all right, and to their sorcerers, you know, the top-notch witchcraft priests and what have you, all right. Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. All right, when I go to Jeremiah 51 and 1, "Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that raise up against me, a destroying wind. And I will send unto Babylon fanners, that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about." All right? What is that? Thermal nuclear fire. All right? Thermal nuclear fire. All right? "Against him that let the archer bend his bow," which is those thermal nuclear armed countries. All right? All right? "And against him that lifted up in his brigandine," right? Spear, that goes back into the armies, to their nuclear weapon arsenal. All right? "And spare not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts." All right? That's why the Lord said, again, going back to Revelation, I had more scriptures in my head, but you know, brothers could post up on the comment board. All right? Revelation 18 and 9, where it says, no, if verse 8 Salakia, therefore shall a plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, thermal nuclear fire. Alright? That's why when I go back now again to Isaiah 54, and I think 16. Yeah, Isaiah 54 and 16, it says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals, and that burneth, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. Who is the smith? The scientist. Alright? What is the coals? These compounds, these chemical, these chemicals and the ingredients, to bring this thermal nuclear missile, all right, to existence. Here you have now Russia, besides the Tsar bomber and the Satan 1 and the Satan 2, they have hypersonic missiles now. Hypersonic and supersonic missiles now that could be equipped with nuclear warheads. All right, China has the Dongfeng 41. All right, which could hold up to 10 warheads and can hit 10 separate cities, 10 individual cities. Each warhead, all right, could go to its designated target. All right, all this Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Salakia, all this Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai done to bring America to naught, which is Babylon the Great. Okay? So going back now to Revelation 18 and 9, it reads, all right, I'm going to finish from verse 8, all right? For strong is the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, who judgeth her. So go into verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Yeah, because remember, the nations of the earth were wax rich. All right, when you go to Ezekiel 28. Let me start at 1 and go down, and I will tell you. Yeah. Okay, this is Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 4. I will start at verse 4. Let me see here. All right. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten the riches. All right. With thy wisdom and thy understanding. Because this here it is speaking about Esau, Edom. All right. This is what it is speaking about. All right. Because America is what you know today as modern day Tyre. Because Tyre, ancient Tyre, was an ancient port city. All right? Ancient Tyre was an ancient port city, all right, that was inhabited by Sidonians, which were who? Hamites, who you know today as the original Africans. Okay? And that city was known for its import and export. It was a transport city, a city that dealt heavily in trade. It was a trade city. All right? Verse 5. Well, let me continue. With thy wisdom and thine understanding thou hast gotten the riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. Yeah? Verse 5. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. All right? So going down to verse 6. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of Yahweh power. All right? Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations. Now, if you know history, all right, this really was speaking about, as I say, ancient Tyre, all right, and this here was Ezekiel. Yahweh Hashem Yahshai putting the spirit upon Ezekiel to prophesy the downfall of Tyre, all right, and the terrible of the nations was Esau, Edom, starting with who? Alexander the Great. Because when you do your history, you would see that Tyre, that ancient Tyre or Tyrus, okay, they were conquered by Alexander and his army. All right? But the scriptures is sometimes is twofold and threefold. Okay? So when it says, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against thy beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness, and they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Who it is speaking about? This here is speaking about Russia and Iran and China. All right? But mainly Russia at the head. All right? Because Russia is a god unto all these nations. Okay? This is what it is here. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has a great judgment for America. Okay? And all where Esau Edom dwell. But America, which is the pride and joy, the crown jewel of Esau Edom and all their achievements, yeah, he is going to bring it to naught. So back to Revelation 18 and 9, all right? And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. So going back to Jeremiah, I could bring it back out now, Jeremiah 50 and 8. Jeremiah 50, boy. That's no. Nope. Jeremiah 47, Salakia. 47. Or Isaiah 47. What the hell, boy? What the hell, boy? What the hell? No. All right. 51. All right, 51. Jeremiah 51, Salakia. Jeremiah 51. All right, good. Right. All right. All right, Jeremiah 51 and 8. As it reads, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. This is the scripture that I say I had to come back to. I hope I don't forget. All right, Yahweh show me on Shai to water. So it reads, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her. If so, she may be healed. All right? This is Yahweh Shem Shai is being cocky. All right? And poking and making fun at Babylon. All right? Take balm for her. And part of that balm is Biden coming out with all these stimulus checks to try to say they could heal Babylon, to bring back America, make America great again, catch back their economy, what have you. All right? Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. All right? No matter what they try to do to bring America to that glorified state that it was at, it would not work because her time is up. Time is up. Everything is at time. All right? Everything has a time. Everything has a limit. When you go to Job, I will come back to that just now. Let me finish here. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and it is even lifted up to the skies. What I remind you of? When you go back to the same Revelation 18, and I think verse 3 or 4, where her sins has reached up to the heavens. Right? It is even lifted up to the skies. So it reached that time, that breaking point, where she is to be judged now. And the judgment for Babylon is total destruction, total annihilation. All right? Total annihilation, because she had reached her time somewhere in Job. Let me see. Job, I think it's 5 and 12. You know? I want to believe. No, not this one. Oh, I think it's 14. Let me see, 14. Yeah, Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined. Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined. The number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. All right? So it's only so much they could do to try to keep America going, to try to keep America running, to try to keep America on point. It's only so much they could do. And the thing is, time has run out for Babylon. So what it is judgment time. All right? It is judgment time. Okay? So going back to Revelation, Revelation 18 and 10, where it reads, standing afar off for the fear of a torment, saying, all right, this is what these merchants and them saying, all right, the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, all right, this is what they're saying in verse 10, standing afar off for fear of a torment, yeah, because, hey, these missiles is coming down upon America, over 200 million missiles, as the scripture said, all right, for the fear of a torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. For in 1 hour, back to Isaiah 47, all right, Isaiah 47, let me see, start from 8, let me see, all right, all right, I will Isaiah 47 and 11, let me see, let's now, just bear with me. All right, I will start at verse 9, Isaiah 47 and 9. But these two things shall come to thee in one day. I'll read the scripture, but I'll read it over again, in one day. Because, hey, these missiles now, especially these hypersonic missiles, all right, they are known for what? They are known for going out of Earth's atmosphere, disassembling, and coming back down to its target, coming back into Earth's atmosphere to its target within less than 30 minutes. And it's going to be over 200 million missiles. Not only missiles from silos, missiles from submarines, all right? Portable missiles, all right, where they have on these trucks. And then you have your bombers, all right? Your jet bombers, offloading these bombs, these nuclear bombs. All right? So it says, but these two things shall come to thee in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Right? For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. All right? The scripture talks about the earth rolling together as a scroll. I think it's the earth or it rolling together as a scroll. Where you feel like talking about the mushroom clouds that these missiles, these bombs is going to be making when they drop on America and make America most desolate without an inhabitant upon that land forever. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is going to make an example out of America. All right? So Revelation 18 and 11 now continue. All right? And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. All right? The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots, yeah, the cars and what have you. Because remember they had a big, back in the days they had a big industrial boom with cars and what have you, because all these things is what America is known for. All these things what is listed here in verse 12 and verse 13, all right, is what America is known for, all right? And chariots and slaves, yeah, and slaves and souls of men, right? And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which are dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt no more find them at all. Yeah? Thou shalt no more find them at all. Going back to Isaiah 47. All right? 47 and I think 11. All right? No, 12, Salakia, where it reads, stand now with thine enchantments, yeah? Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Right? Because Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is going to bring all your ungodly counsel to naught. He is going to show you, because he controls both left hand and right hand side. He is going to show you that, hey, all your sorceries and all your wickedness has come to naught. All right? All these things that you use to control the earth, to rule the earth with an iron fist. All right? To have the earth under your subjection, especially the children of Israel, to have the children of Israel as perpetual slaves and keep them in all manner of source of wickedness, it is coming to a naught. Right? Verse 13, thou art wearied. Yeah, thou art wearied with the counsels, with the multitude of thy counsels. And hey, there is getting wearied. Here it is, they're so wearied and worried, right? Because hey, it's chariots all over the skies, they're seeing, week in, week out, because they know what those chariots is about. Then they had the prophets to deal with on the highways and the byways and on the computer screens, yeah, loading videos every single day by the hundreds. You think these elites and them in tired and sick now? You think these elites and them they ain't fed up now? Because everything what they're doing to try to push things in their way, it's not working for them. All right? Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee, which is death and destruction. All right? The scripture talk in Revelation 6, we talk about this about the roughly paraphrasing where the stars, where you see the stars falling like fig from a fig tree. Where is that? That the thermonuclear missiles. They know what is coming upon them, and they know what is coming upon America. They know. They know. They very well know. All right. So back to Revelation, because I almost finished with this breakdown. All right. Let me see what reach verse 14. All right. I don't know how in it. All right. It reads verse 14, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after and departed from thee, and all the things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, that thou shalt find it no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off, for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet. Yeah? That city where everybody look up to, that place where everybody look up to go and live that American dream. All right? And decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. Who is that precious stones? The children of Israel. Yeah? The children of Israel. And pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in the ships and sailors, as many as by trade by sea stand afar off. And they cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, Which is like unto this great city? Yeah. What country is like America? All right, Babylon the Great. And they cast dust upon their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, the great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her coastlines, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. Yeah. For in 1 hour. The scripture talks about the heaven rolling together as a scroll. Not the earth Salakia, the heaven. That is in Isaiah 24. Isaiah 24, and I think it's 8. Just now.